Hello, you hardcores. Big P here, biggest gob in sport. You know that, and still. Right, part three with James, just waiting for him to log on. So, strong that. That's strong that. James, how you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
all right?
yeah, I'm all right, James. James.
Good.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of stick, but you love a bit of banter, don't you, James?
I do. I'm feeling a bit flat after that rant about that prick. So you're gonna have to energise me with some interesting topics. Come on, bro.
Okay. Well, we're on to part three now, James, and we spoke about women's boxing. It's basically dog shit. So I'm not interested now. Natasha Jonas is now Natasha Jonas looks like she's going to retire him. Savannah's fighting in New York, isn't she, in June or something? Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But well, women's boxing don't float it for me. We've got Terry Harper, who's about as exciting as a plank of wood. He doesn't do it for me either. Backpedaling for 1 minute 50 seconds of a 2 minute round, running. That's no good to me. So
Mhm.
women's boxing's pony. Let's have it right. It's absolute pony macaroni. Let's tell it straight here. Let's not talk pony. Let's not talk rubbish. Right. Uh, Bombay Dave's intense beef with Adrian Mole, aka Harry Potter. What do you make of it all? Ben
Um,
Callum and Dave Colwell, bit of intense beef. What do you make of it all?
Fair play to Dave, to be honest, because he come out and said what he thought. But it's a bit disturbing for me that Ben Shalom's, he's not held his cards close to his chest. He's basically turned around and shown that the promoters are in charge.
The
Promoters are in
promoters
charge
are
of
in
the.
charge. They're more or less telling, look, it went on for years. It went on for years, James, at Sky with
Hmm.
Horsecock. Do you remember Horsecock when they brought in Carlos Takam as a 12-day replacement for Pula? Do you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Horsecock were like, oh, I'm just seeing Carlos Takam on pads and we've got a squeaky bum here and this is going to be an hard night for Anthony Joshua. He's like George Foreman and Holyfield rolled into one. What only thing Takam and George Foreman have got in common is they're both black and they've both got shaved bald heads. That's
Both.
that's about it. And Holyfield, that's about it. They're all black men with bald heads.
Yep.
Well, am I right?
Yeah.
How is Takam in the same league as Evander Holyfield, the real deal, and Big George? No, he ain't. So what are you going on about, Horsecock? You're just there as a tool for Sky because Matchroom dictate the narrative, and Shalom were trying to dictate the narrative to Bombay Dave. So
Yeah.
Bombay Dave, fair play to him. He's not my cup of tea, but fair play to him for sticking up. And listen, I'm not assassinating Bombay Dave because he's trained world champions and that, and he's been a fighter, something I haven't done. But fair play to him for calling it as he's seen it. Ben Whitaker should not be going and carrying off like that with the other corner's coach. I thought that was in bad taste. I know Terry sticks up for Ben Whitaker, but Ben Whitaker behaved like an absolute cock. That's the
He
bottom.
did.
He's
And
a cock. He's trying to play villain, but he's overdone it and he's annoyed people. You've got to do it tongue in cheek. James DeGale tried the same thing and everybody turned on him, didn't they? Till he got beat by Grove.
yeah, at least,
Nobody liked him, did they?
well, at least he didn't cry about it afterwards. Like, this is the thing. He's painting himself out to be a villain. And then the next minute, he's trying to get everyone back on side after getting booed and all that, like crying and saying how difficult it is for him. You've put yourself in this role. No one else did it. Do you know what I mean? You've made
You've
yourself
just said a
severely
good word
unlikable.
there, James. You've just said a good word there. Role.
What?
Everybody's playing a role. Like Liam Cameron's playing the thicko, isn't he? When we were clinching, he elded me. Elded you? You mean he held you? He like elded me. I remember when I was in Dennis's office one day. He goes, "Oh," I said, "I'm going to shop. What do you?" "Oh, I'll have a bottle of pop. Then he goes, a bottle. Bottle. That's like a 6-year-old, isn't it? A bottle. Liam, you mean a bottle? Do you know what I mean? Well, he like
Yeah.
elder me, so he's like playing like the bearded, wronged man that got a 4-year ban and he's an homeless guy and playing the victim. Liam's good at playing the victim. Liam's good at that.
Yep.
But what people are forgetting is this. Liam had 2 dope incidents, the Sheedy fight and the Genman. Seen it all. Nobody wants to talk about him sniffing gear fight week against Sam Sheedy to keep his weight down. Or the Genman one, because Liam's going, oh, I didn't do it, I handled ticket money. Ticket money, you handle with your hands, it don't get in your system. You're handling it with your skin. It's not in your mouth or up your conch, is it? Or on the end of your knob. You know what I
No.
mean? So it's in your system.
No.
Liability. 4-year ban. 2 incidents. 2 incidents. Nobody wants to talk about that. They all want to talk about, oh, he got 4 years. It's terrible. 2 incidents. Yeah, Fury had 3 incidents and only got 2 years. So there has to be consistency. But everybody knew the fucking roles. Ben Whitaker's the bad pantomime villain with all the flash Versace clothes on, and Liam's the boomtown rat in his Lonsdale tracky from Sports Direct.
Yeah.
Big beard on him, looking like he's a tramp. So, and he's done a 4-year ban and he's on Skid Row. Everybody knew the role. But Liam, to me, looked like he was just happy to be there. He did all them interviews, fight week and all that. He must have been burnt out. He must have been burnt out, James. The other kid won't do interviews, were he? And it's a little bit similar to Lazy Rhino. We
Mm.
can't keep him off at telly or YouTube, can we? Yet again, because he's had a bit of fame. Johnny Fisher, according to Mark Tibbs, who I spoke to the other day, he's in Fuerteventura training his bollocks off. He's not out
Right.
doing pundit work and all that because he's taking it serious. And what we got Rhino? We're around Sheffield all day doing selfies and all that. He's slipped back into Rhino mode, hasn't he? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Mm.
This is what you're up against. This is the mentality they don't see down the line of thinking outside the box. They see at the moment and they're being set up by Matchum. Yeah, we'll get a bit of pundit work, blah, blah, blah. David Allen and Mumphy 45s should be at home resting.
I think it highlights his addictive personality, Dave Allen. Like he had a gambling problem, didn't he? I've had a gambling problem in the past. Um,
So
Not
what,
ashamed to
man? That's
admit.
his own fault, isn't it? You want to go
Well, yeah, like,
casinos at Sheffield and back hosses, it's his fault, isn't it?
well, I mean, it was my own fault as well. But what I'm saying is, like, he wants everything now. He's interested in the money now because, it's all easy come, easy go. So, like, as soon as he gets that modicum of fame, as soon as he gets the attention and like the adoration, he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm like a puppy." He's not thinking about it down the line because you're gambling and stuff like that. You want it now. You want to win now. You're not thinking about like, "Oh, what if I lose this?" or "What if I win big?" It's all in the moment, and I think that highlights his personality perfectly. How he's behaving.
Listen, mate, how many of that lot are up in the morning running? I run in the morning. Does Liam Cameron and Dave Allen? I'm telling you now, they don't. I'm telling you now, on my children's life, they don't. I do. I'm
Mm-hmm.
55 in October. They don't. You know what I mean?
No.
Because they're not giving themselves the best opportunities. They think they can just do enough to get by. Champions do more than enough. So if they need to call on reserves, they've got it in abundance. Like your Frotchers and your Clinton Woods when they've got to dig deep to pull something out of that bag. They've got it in,
Mm.
can't they? Them runs.
Yeah.
Rhino's never done a run in his life. Rhino, when have you ever done a run? You used to live on my street. I always used to see him walking. I said to my ex-missus, see he's walking again. Why is he not? Why do I not see him running into a stage? Well, walking. What is that? What is that? It's like them people, them old biddies that go swimming and they go really slow under 20 lamps. They're not even getting their heart rate up, are they? You see where
No.
I'm coming from? That's Rhino. That's Rhino. But before the fight, it'll be I'm stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. And then after the fight, it'll be wow, the shit camp and that I had this injury, that injury, and I couldn't really get going and couldn't get motivated and that. But it is what it is. That's what you.
Yeah.
That's what you. So basically, stand in the penthouse, get your cock out, and piss all over it. Well, that's what's happening, isn't it? That's what's happening.
Mm,
You're going
pretty
to
much.
watch it unfold. But I hope he poleaxes as Elmer Fudd, Big Elmer. But we're going to see. But Mark Tibbs and that, they're not going to let Elmer be doing any pundit work and loads of interviews and all that. He'll be getting flogged to death now. And he'll
Do
be
you know?
fitter. He'll be fitter.
Well, you know what? Like, if he's putting the hours in, fair play to him. I won't begrudge him a, I won't begrudge him a win. But just keep big Johnny Bosch out off me telly. Because I'm not
Keep
interested in
that
a man.
big fat dad out of my face. I don't want to be driving on M1 and seeing him on billboards at M62. I'm the billboard daddy, not him.
Yeah,
I've
it's
got
the
no
first
time
time
for
I
him, mate.
think.
I've got a big 30 stone dad running around doing interviews on that cocksucker Terry Stone's fucking channel. What's the criminal podcast? What is all that?
Mm,
Half of
I
them on
know,
there,
glorifying.
half of them on there are grassers anyway. So, and he's not a career criminal, is he? So why is he on there? And why were Eddie Hills on
No,
there? Eddie Hills, he's not been in trouble with police. Why is he on there? And all these other people in boxing that have done a bit of porridge, why are they going on there telling lies about prison? A lot of these people that are boxing trainers that have been in prison, they're only telling you half the story. I know the full story.
yeah,
I think some of them should come out and tell the full stories, but they're not going to do that because they're going to want to tell you what I want to know. Right, Lawrence Okoli. Let's get off away from the adventures of Tintin, old White Rhino, and Elmer Fudd. It's a crap, boring story.
yeah.
Okoli, is he now the bogeyman because they're trying to make that Tom Swartz fight and it's not happened, and there's others that they put offers at, big money offers. Lawrence Okoli is WBC number one ranked, but he needs to keep his tools sharp. Can't get a fight. What's going on there, James? What do you think? Is it because he's icing men?
No, I mentioned to you briefly this afternoon, didn't I? I just think his previous style hasn't really done him any favors. If it was like, because he's based in the Middle East now, isn't he? Like, if it was Joe G, and he wasn't getting fights in Britain, and not just the Saudi bills, I'd say, oh, it's probably something to do Joe Gallagher, because Joe Gallagher's not very well liked, is he, amongst much of the boxing establishment, like the people who have influence. But
What, Matchroom?
I did well, yeah.
Well, him, him,
So
and, him and Joe Gallagher and Eddie Hills, that Iceman with his
mm,
fake amateur record, they're never going to get on because he tried to parallax his gym, didn't he? He was
yeah,
telling fighters, if you stay with Joe Gallagher, you're not going to get on Sky. That's the
yeah,
bottom line. That's basically blackmailing, trying to parallax the man's gym, innit? So but
pretty much,
he's come through and he's had last laugh, hasn't he, Joe?
yeah, yeah.
But that's why I
Well,
respect him. He stood up to that shower of shit in Essex, him. Stood up to them
yeah.
all. And that probably made him ill. That's bad. You don't know if that brought on his illness, do you? We don't know, do we?
Well, it might have done.
Well, I like
Um,
him anyway, so I didn't used to, but I like
with
I
O-
like anybody that overcomes adversity. I like people like that. I've got time for them.
well, you like me, innit, Russ? Eh?
Yeah, listen, I give you some stick because you rabbit on too much, but I like you. You've got a bit, you're
Yeah, I
bald a
like
bit.
you.
You
Yeah.
should do. I'm a fucking big dog.
What did he say? What did he say? Scarface. I got me balls, me word, and I don't break them for anybody. So
No,
yeah,
I
that's
don't.
why I am
I
like I
don't.
am.
I
But
don't.
in
I
answer
don't.
to your question about Okoli, I think Okoli's got as much to blame for the situation as anything else that's happening, because he was just boring. He was like the octopus before, and they're going to want to, if they're putting him on bills, they're going to want to offer excitement. The Saudis, for example, and he just doesn't offer that really. So I think
Okay.
that's what the problem.
Okay. Jonathan, he emails me every day, six, seven, eight times a day. Nearly as bad as he's not a troll though. I get troll emails every day. People begging, pleading, sending me the numbers to come on here. And
Yeah,
then you tell them you're booked up, and then they abuse you. They're never going to get on. I'll send them
no,
a link every day. They're not getting on. Right.
No,
Howard Foster. Jonathan says Howard Foster's wouldn't have stopped the Ben Whitaker Liam Cameron fight if Liam had put the same pressure on Ben. Do you agree?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Do you think that Howard Foster's the hometown promoters? I'm not saying he's corrupt, but you think he tends to side with the. I mean, Frotch really got poleaxed in round one, didn't he? But he came back and won
Yeah.
the fight. Groves never did anything in round nine when there were 17 unanswered punches and turned his back. So I'll go to death with that one and say it was a good stoppage. Groves
Yeah, I thought
also
so.
stayed in hospital all night in Manchester with a concussion. So that were a good stoppage. But people forget all that. It'll come out in Howard's book. But do you think that he stopped Liam too early?
No, I got and I mean, we didn't get stick, but I was talking to the commission lads about it, some of the other commission lads, and they all,
Anthony thinks it was stopped early, doesn't he, Anthony?
yeah, well, like I've said, I respect people's opinion. Everyone's got a right to have an opinion, but I don't agree with it. I think it was stopped to the right time. At the end of the day, and I messaged you about this, Russ, didn't I? We're not in the ring. We're not looking at the whites of his eyes,
Yeah,
and like, all right, he wasn't landing flush, but he wasn't answering back. He
yeah,
was wobbled, and the man with the destiny there, like he had his own fate in his hands, didn't he, Liam Cameron? He
yeah.
did nothing. He did nothing. He didn't try and fight back. He just stood there. So what other choice did Howard Foster have? And yeah, I don't believe Ben Whitaker would have got the same treatment, but at the same time, I don't think Ben Whitaker would have allowed himself to get in that position. I think if after what happened last time, if there was any sign of danger, Ben Whitaker just would have got on his bike and jabbed Cameron's head off.
Okay.
So
Howard
yeah,
Foster, do you think he left Warrington in there too long against Lara?
uh, I'd have to cast my mind back to the fight, but probably yeah, because Lara was a concussive puncher. So it's
Okay.
not done him any favors from a biological standpoint, is it?
Okay, we'll finish off on this one, James, and then that's it. Trainers in boxing, are they doing too many interviews? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And do you want to hear about a trainer and what his life is and what he's done in past and this and that, or do you want to hear about the fighters? Is it about the fucking trainers who keep doing interview after interview after boring interview, or is it about the fighter?
Well, boxing's about the fighters, and people need to remember that. Really.
Right. So if certain fighters are not fighting, why we've got trainers day in, day out doing interview after interview after fucking interview? What's going on here?
I think the world values personality over skill. Like, look at, and all right, Dalton Smith was a bit. He wasn't that great at the weekend, I didn't think, but
Do we
he's
see Grant Smith doing interviews every single day? Do we see
no,
Lomachenko trainer and Usyk's trainer doing interviews after every day? Do we see I
no,
know you and Crawford's trainers doing interview every day? These guys, Dalton Smith predicted to win a world title. The other guys are pound for pound. Their trainers are not doing interviews every day, but we've got
no.
usual UK based trainers, and we fucking know they are.
Yeah,
Day
of course.
in, day out, interview after interview after interview, but they've got no fucking fighters, half of them, and they're not. And what they've
Vanity.
got shit, or they're fighting shit. So what's going on?
Vanity, that's all it is. I mean, you said Crawford's trainer. Bomac couldn't get into England even if he wanted to now, could he? Because he's holding that
Do
gun.
we see him on Ellis Setback or them other big channels, Barber's Shop and all them guys? Is he on them Yan
No,
channels every day on Zoom? He ain't, is he?
no.
There you go. So it must be a UK thing, is it?
Yeah, it's just vanity, mate. That's all it
People
is.
just fall in love with themselves, thinking about chocolate. Is that what we've got in UK at the moment?
Well, it's not even just their faults. Like they are to blame, but
Well, all the time we've got Flex doing interviews every day. Who's he training? Bradley Smith's just got iced, hasn't he? Bradley
yeah, he's not.
Goldsmith. So so he's out of the equation. Bombay Dave's got Opie Price. He's not fought in 19 months. Why, I don't know. 12 and 0 kid, 25-year-old. not 14, 19 months. He's saying an hand injury, now an hip injury. Hip injuries, don't you get them when you're 80? And we've got Peter
Yeah.
Fury, who's Yui fighting, and Savannah's, what is Savannah doing? She's been doing MMA. So, well, who's Peter got? But they're doing interviews every day. We have to
Well,
put
you've
on this, don't we? What's going on here? Why is
you
it
got to
about the
blame
trainer or is it about the fucking fighter?
well, you
But
got to
what
blame
are
the
the fighters doing?
you got to blame the viewers as well, really, because there's
Because they
people
want
out
us
there.
to listen to shit and lies all day and
Yeah,
bullshit.
exactly. Exactly. If I come on here, right, Russ, and I did like one view, you'd be like, oh, I don't want him on. What's the fucking point? Do you know what I mean? So it's supply and demand, isn't it? And unfortunately, all these people are watching people that aren't really that interesting. So as long as they keep watching them, they're going to keep dragging them out.
It's a load of men in the 50s chatting a load of shit for the sake of chatting shit. Right, I'm off because I've got Jerry on. Right, James, it's
All
been
right,
a pleasure to have you on. You've been a real
mate.
tonic to the
Thank you.
Orky Express train. And
Give me
that's
love to
about it.
Jezza. Give me love to Jezza as well. All right.
Jezza, Jerry, yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
commission lads all in your WhatsApp group and all that. Okay.
Yeah, we're well mates now. It's good. All right. See you later, mate. Bye
All
bye.
right then, mate. You're going to his wedding, are you?
He's not invited me yet. Ask him.
Ah!
I know. See you later.
See you, James. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. That was James from Dagenham. Women love him. Men want to nick his Remax wheelchair. That's about it. He's living in Salford. Hope he's all right. He's all right, James. He can rab it on for England, can't he? Right, we better get Jezza on with his Magnum Tash. Come on, peace out. Pop, pop, bang. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. If you want to leave a longer comment, you're more than welcome. Do it in the email. It's in the bottom corner. porkycore@mail.com. That's if you want to get up close. All right. Peace out. Think I should clean my teeth tonight? What do you think? Are they looking white enough? Hollywood wise. Booyaka.